Hey everybody, good morning and welcome back. It's Tiff with Voices for Independence Fitness and Activities. Here with you. It is Thursday, March 25th. I hope everyone's having a great week. It's been a really nice week here in Erie, Pennsylvania. The sun's been out 90% of the time this week and it's been pretty warm. So I'm super grateful for that. I love this time of year as we start to warm up. I know I talk about it every day, but it's one of my favorites because I love summer, I love the sun, and I love the heat. So I know it's coming, so I am grateful for that. Today I have some great recipes for you. I bring you a healthy recipe every day, at least I try to. They are usually a twist on something we typically like to eat with some great healthy substitutes, or it's just something new in general that I'd like you to try. Sometimes we are hesitant as soon as the word health or healthy or alternative ingredients is attached to a recipe. We automatically think it has no taste or flavor, but that's not true, as I myself have found out many times, especially this past week. I have made some things that I hadn't made before, like the Alfredo, the dairy-free Alfredo sauce, which was actually really good. It was made from cashews. I was a little concerned when, as I was doing it live, as you know, I do most of my demos live, so as I'm doing them, I'm thinking in my head, oh, I don't know if this is going to be so good or not, but I was really surprised that came out really well. I definitely make it again. So my point is, don't be afraid to try new things, step outside your comfort zone in everything, especially with your foods. It's important to try new things all the time, and you'll be surprised at what you end up liking. Today, though, I have a sweet treat. You know I love those the best. We are going to be making some chocolate peanut butter bites. They are going to be, I was going to say high in protein. They're fairly high in protein. They're a great source of protein and fiber, and they're delicious too. They are gluten-free and they are refined sugar-free. So if you are trying to avoid either of those, this is a great recipe for you. I myself is trying to avoid refined sugar, and so that's why I really love these recipes, because sweet treats are my favorite. They're my weakness when it comes to eating clean and healthy. So when I feel like I need a little bit of something, this is what I've been going to lately instead of those ice creams and cakes and cookies. So with that being said, let's get started on our chocolate peanut butter bites. What you're going to need for this is we're going to need some good old-fashioned oats. We will be needing some almonds, raw, unsalted. Mine are just raw. They're not roasted. They're not salted. You'll need some flax seeds, some cacao, a little bit of honey. That's our alternative sweetener today. And all natural peanut butter, if I haven't said that already. So to get started, again, this is a great recipe because mostly it's a dump and go recipe. Everything can be dumped in one bowl. There's one separate step we need to do prior to putting everything in the bowl, is we're going to take our 1 cup of all natural peanut butter, which I already have in a bowl here. And what we're going to do is we are going to add a 1/4 cup of that honey to it. That is going to be our sweetener. That is the only sweetener we will be adding to this. Let me grab a spoon out. My spatula won't fit in that little measuring cup. And we are actually going to pop this in the microwave just for, I'm going to put it in for like 30 seconds and see how it does. We just want to soften it a little bit, and so we can mix them together more easily. And also we want it to be a little bit runny, because this is going to basically be the glue that holds our chocolate peanut butter bites together. So right now it's a little bit thick, so we're gonna pop it in the microwave. I'm gonna put it in for about 30 seconds and see how it does. We just want it to be warm enough that it's softened up enough to mix it in and that it thinned down. So I'm just gonna pop this in my microwave, and then we can get the rest of our ingredients started as we wait 30 seconds. All right, so the fun part is that everything else goes in this one bowl here. So what we're gonna do is we are going to take 1 cup of oats. Let me see if I can do this without making a huge mess. I'm just gonna pour them right in here. I'm using old-fashioned oats. They're less processed. If you just have quick oats, you can use those too. It's not that big of a deal. I just like to use the least processed ingredient that I can find if available. So we're gonna put 1 cup of oats right in our bowl, and then let's check on our peanut butter honey. The microwave's digging. having long arms isn't always helpful. Like still being super short, I can't reach the back of the microwave all the time. Luckily, that little turntable spins, and I always spin it. I don't know if it's good for the microwave or not, but that is my personal adaptation. All right, so I am going to see if this peanut butter and honey is soft enough to mix together. Again, we want it a little bit runny so we can pour it. Now, when you're using all natural peanut butter, sometimes it's not consistently the same thickness all throughout because you got to mix those oils back in. So sometimes at the bottom of the jar, it's a little bit thicker than it is at the top because all of our great peanuts have settled to the bottom. So I'm going to pop this in for just 30 more seconds and we're going to go back to our dry ingredients. The one thing I didn't do ahead of time was they want you to take that 1 cup of almonds and chop it up into a fine chop. So I just put it in a little Ziploc bag and I just carefully used my glass measuring cup and smashed them up. Probably would have been quicker to zip them through the food processor, but again, I didn't want to get all that out. So I took a few extra minutes and chopped them by hand. You can buy them chopped already if you want. I just had them in the big jar, so I just chopped them myself. And then we are going to add, let me grab that because it'll keep beeping on us if we don't. It's kind of like that passenger in your car that doesn't want to wear their seatbelt. It'll keep beeping until they take care of it. All right, so the peanut butter and honey at least smells delicious. It's gotten to a better consistency so I can stir it, which is great, and we'll be mixing that in. Again, using all natural peanut butter, it's not going to get as smooth and runny as a store-bought, more processed peanut butter would because they put a lot of preservatives and additives in there to keep it thin so it doesn't thicken up. So just be aware that when you go to stir the all-natural peanut butter in, it's going to take a little more effort than if you're using the store-bought kind, well, the more processed kind. All right, so we have our 1 cup of oats, our 1 cup of crushed almonds, 2 great sources of protein already, plus we have the oats that are high in fiber. So this is a great treat because not only does it taste sweet and delicious, but it is providing us with some great things that we need. We're gonna add 1/4 cup of that baking cocoa or cacao right into our bowl as well. That's going to be our chocolate that we're adding in because these are chocolate peanut butter bites. And then we're going to add some flaxseed. Flaxseed is another great source of fiber and protein. In 2 tablespoons, there's 3 grams of fiber and 3 grams of protein. Might not sound like much, but 2 tablespoons is a very small amount. So just imagine, a lot of people will sprinkle a little bit of this on their yogurt, on their cereal, things like that. When you buy it, the ground flaxseed meal, it has like a nutty taste to it. I think it tastes similar to walnuts. So it's a great little add-in. You can sprinkle it on salads and things like that, and you're getting some extra fiber that we seem to miss out on a lot because we need to be eating our vegetables to get our fiber. And some of us are lacking in that. I know some days I don't hit my vegetable quota, and so I have to resort to other additives like this. Not additives, but other ideas, I should say. All right, so I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of my flaxseed as well right into the bowl. So I think we got all our dry ingredients. We have our oats, we have our almonds, our cacao, our flaxseed, and then all we're going to do is add in a little bit of vanilla. It says about 1/2 teaspoon, so that'll be close to 1/2 cupful. I might add a little more. I think vanilla, even though it does a small amount, it does enhance those flavors. So we're going to pour that right in there. And then I'm going to just stir the dry ingredients together a little bit just to get them incorporated. And that way they'll be more evenly distributed throughout the dough when we add our wet ingredients. It's more of a sticky ingredient. So remember, it's going to take a little bit of effort to roll or to mix in our peanut butter. And then we're going to have to roll these either with a cookie scoop or by hand. These do not have to bake. They can be refrigerated and they'll keep for up to a week in an airtight container. I don't know if they'll last that long. I typically freeze mine. They'll last longer, and then I can take a couple out when I want them, and because even in the refrigerator, they call my name. I can hear them. So if I put them in the freezer, I'm less likely to gobble them all up in just a few days. All right, so take your time to mix it in. Again, using the all-natural peanut butter is going to take more effort because it's not going to be as thin and liquidy as a processed peanut butter would be. So we're going to take our time, and then all you have to do after this is you're going to get that cookie scoop out, or a measuring spoon, or whatever you like to use. I know you bakers out there have worked with rolled cookies before, so we're just going to take about a tablespoon of our dough, and we're going to roll it in our hands. So make sure, obviously, as we all have when we are cooking or baking, we wash our hands, but you might want to do it again right before we're directly handling the food. And then we're just going to roll them out and put them on a tray. So it's that simple, folks. I'll show you what I like to use. It's one of the best things one of my favorite utensils. I've shown you this before, but it's like a cookie scoop, but it's great for all sorts of things. I use it for meatballs. I use it for when I'm making veggie bites. All sorts of different things this comes convenient for. So it's a great utensil to have in your kitchen. So I'm going to get to work and roll all these out. You guys, make sure you are up and active today. The sun is out here in Pennsylvania. I believe in most of the area. I saw the weather today and it looked like it was going to be great weather across the state. So it's getting warm. At least step outside and get some fresh air. I know there's some of you that haven't left your house in days. So take that baby step, get outside, get some fresh air, and maybe by the weekend you'll be going for that walk. We have some great lives today, so stay tuned all day. We have 2 Zoom classes. We have Fit class at 11 and bingo at 2. So make sure you look for the links if you're interested in participating. We'll be there, and we hope to see you soon. I'll be back later with another great recipe for dinner, and I hope you enjoy your day. Thanks, guys.